I guess our journey together as a band, you know, as much as it started in childhood, we didn't really get it together until we were living overseas together in France. And we had a guitar over there, and we just started thinking, well, let's just go and try and play some gigs and do something while we're here.
So although they're Australian, they do have a sound about them that seems to sound international. Being siblings presents an interesting set of variables. You don't feel like you're working with three personalities. In a sense, you're working with one.
Good friend described each of us as songwriters not long ago, and she said Matt was, you know, the storyteller, and Jules was a poet, and I wrote very visually. But they were all so beautiful together, and they're different styles, but they just bring something to one another every time.
Matt has a style to his songwriting, which is Matt. He'll come in with the song and no one on earth could have written it other than him. His mind's desires cost too much. Sarah's on the piano and she writes from the piano, and as a consequence that brings a certain bunch of chords and harmonic structures that the pianists kind of get as opposed to guitar players. Julia has got this kind of Celtic sort of colloquial aspect to her songwriting.
Matt and I are probably a little bit more similar, but I think that's because of guitar, that it can be a bit country.
We both only know 3 chords.
Speak for yourself. We just don't censor ourselves. We just write what comes out, and it's not in a particular style. We're not trying to escape a particular style. We're not avoiding pop if it happens that way. We just kind of run with it. Which is why we're supposed from the album we've been likened to. There are aspects of Fleetwood Mac, there are aspects of Massive Attack. I got up on the wrong side of love. I got up on the wrong side of love.
This record's point of difference is that it sits in the singer-songwriter category, but there's 3 singer-songwriters. But each song is a band, so as much as it's not defined by the lead vocal, the band is the sound, and we've developed that sound as family and with producer Cam.
I'd like to see them in Europe. I think they're gonna have a good bash at doing something in France. We'll be making some inroads into the US. The world is their oyster, and I'd like to see them everywhere, all the time. Generates down the stairs tonight. Mary's on the street, that's his brother's wife. 3 kids and Toad and a junior cries. We're
not going to deny influences in our music. So, you know, it's a little bit, you know, old school as far as, you know, a bit of 70s rock. And then there's a little bit of country in there, and then some jazz.
Come back, Jim, come back, save this life tonight.
Because we all write differently, and to mould it into a group sound has taken us a few years.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of dynamics involved in the room. You've got the sibling thing going on, you've got best friends, you've got artists, and you've got
business partners.
So how the hell we're sitting here right now is beyond me.
Is an achievement in itself.